Hello YouTube land, my name is WILDBOY5699. Welcome back to another video. Welcome to my Q&A video for January 2025. I had a couple people ask me some questions, a lot of questions to be exact. I think there was about 5 or 6 people asked questions, but I said it was a free-for-all, so you can ask as many questions as you can. I don't know how long this video is going to be. I'm going to try not to ramble too much about it. But before I begin, I wanted to figure out how to edit this and everything, but since I don't have the equipment right now, and since I'm recording my videos off my phone and getting the editing on the iMovie software on my phone, I just figured I'd just edit through this on here. So like I said, I got a total of how many questions? 5, 10, 20, 3, 6, 31, about 30 to 35 questions by a couple of different people. So this video will be this Q&A video. I may do another one down the road, may do another theme one down the road. But without further ado, let's jump right into it. One more thing I do want to begin. Before I begin, I had a couple people ask my questions on fandoms and movies and shows. Everything I see in this video is just nothing but my personal opinion on my interests and stuff like that. Okay, now we can jump into the video. So first question comes to a good friend of mine, Jurassic Godzilla fan. Shout out to Kyle. And he goes, I hope you're doing well. My questions are, what is your favorite fast food burger? Growing up, I used to eat a lot of McDonald's, but I variety it to different types. Sometimes in the mood for Wendy's, I'm in the mood for Burger King. But if I really want a good burger fast food wise, I would probably go to Whataburger. I had In-N-Out when I was in California every day I was there, and then usually when I go down to Texas, I would usually have Whataburger, or if I go to Tulsa or somewhere with a place where there was a Whataburger location. But I would say since we got one in Fort Smith, I usually try to go there. I try not to eat there so often so I don't get burned out on it. But my favorite place to get a burger, as of right now, fast food wise, would probably be Whataburger. And second question, would you consider reviewing the film Air Force One, one of my favorite action films? I have not seen that movie all the way through. I've seen bits and pieces of it. I know there's a clip of the movie where they parodying Family Guy with Harrison Ford trying to get off my plane when they go skydiving. That's the only thing I know about that movie. But if I ever go back into the reviews again, I may do one of those reviews. And I really wanted to do if I want to talk about doing reviews, I want to do reviews like how Nostalgia Critic does their reviews. Do a review like that, show clips and places and my personal opinions and skits like that. Nostalgia Critic theme review, I was going to do that last summer, where I wrote the script, did the audio recording, video recording. I just had to edit the video, then my PC crashed and all of that file was gone. I have the script, I have the audio, I have to re-record the video footage and just find the editing and all of that. So, but anyway, yeah, if I do about the reviews, I may say that one. Third question is, what is the worst film you have seen? So one of the worst films personally the worst film for the longest time, I thought it was the 2012 Three Stooges, and then I thought it was the original Purge. But I think the worst movie I have seen in my entire life was an independent Canadian movie that was released in 2007 called Live. Basically, that movie takes place in the future and talks about trying to rate ratings for game shows and everything, and they decide to do a game show about playing Russian roulette, where actually you risk your life for winning somewhere between $5 to $10 million. And what irritates me about the ending of that movie is that somebody actually does get killed off on the game show, and not only that, it becomes the highest rated show and game show throughout Canada, and it was the highest successful, and it really pisses me off how people want to risk their lives for $5 million and everything like that. So personally, the worst movie I've seen was an independent Canadian movie called Live. And fun fact, there's actually is a game show that was from 2002 to 2003 called Russian Roulette. It is not what you think it is. It's basically a trivia game show where you ask questions, you win money. However, if you get a wrong answer, you lose all your winnings, and you have to play what you call Russian Roulette. Basically, you have a lever in front of you, and you spin around. You're on a trapdoor, and it spins around in circles. If you have the red zone land on your door, you drop. You're out of the game. You fall through the floor, and you're out of the game, and you're not seen again, because once you fall through the floor, that's the last time you're going to see them. But I think if you survive, you continue. You're surviving. You get to continue in the game. You play in the game. Usually, I think there's 4 people, 3 drop, and then there's one. The last person standing gets to go to the bonus round. They'll win, I think, either $10,000. They get to keep that, or play a final game Russian Roulette for $100,000. I think out of the 150 something episodes, I think 3 people total won $100,000. So anyway, What is your favorite football team? I don't watch a lot of football, pro or college. I don't even watch sports. I tried to play sports when I was in school, but I decided to say no. I'm not a huge sports guy. I like to I like to play. I like to watch. Being from Arkansas, I'll usually like to watch the Razorbacks play, and I can usually, see my dad's a diehard Razorback fan. So when he sees his favorite football, when he sees them losing, he screams and hollers at the TV, and all that. Probably I would probably be an Arkansas Razorback fan if I was a football fan. Personally, personally my favorite football team NFL wise. Probably, I really couldn't tell you. I really couldn't tell you who my favorite if I watch sports or anything. It's not the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are overrated, and if they win this year's NFL, I'm blaming nobody but Taylor Swift. Do you have any pets? I have one pet right now. It is my dog named Rebel. She's a half Chihuahua. She has the body of a Chihuahua and the face of a Boston Terrier. I've had today. This year will be going on 7 years. 7 years I've had her. She's a good dog. She's a little dumb at sometimes, but I love her to pieces. I love her to death, and I already came to terms that when she does go, I will lose it, and hopefully I have to make her give a picture, a handprint of her paw or something like that. All right, next question comes to Cooper Terry. He asked 5 questions. He said first question was, do you have a favorite memory when you were in school? Well, I've talked about many times about how school growing up was hard, both all the way through elementary to high school and everything like that. But I think one of my favorite memory I remember, I think I was in 4th grade, and we were doing PE because it was raining outside, and we decided to play dodgeball in the gym, 3rd graders against the 4th graders. And I think the last game we played, I was the last person on the 4th grade team still standing, and there was, I think, about 4 or 5 people on the 3rd grade team, and I was able to get them all out and win the game for an entire class of 4th grade. And this was a school in Oklahoma, a small town. I think at the time there was probably about 1,300 people, and I think the school was so small that you had one class for each grade. So all of 3rd grade was in one class, which there was about 25 kids and all that. So, but I was the last one standing. It was one of my favorite moments of elementary school or school in general. I was this class star for the rest of the day. What is the most toxic fandom you have seen? Fandom-wise, I've actually seen, like I said, I've talked about it many times, but I'm not going to go into much detail so people that don't get their feelings hurt. The most toxic fandom I've seen on YouTube is the Trilogy Media fan base. I know I've said it many times. I think the Trilogy Media fan squad is the most toxic fan base on YouTube. Any negative thing you say about them on video or in the comment section, they will harass you nonstop and call you names. And then, of course, if you give any Trilogy Media any types of criticism, they will call you out on their Trilogy Plus channel and all that. So, who is the worst YouTuber who you have seen? Oh boy, this is probably gonna make me unsubscribe. I used to have a feud with a guy named Wolf Freeland, Fallout Kid. He's nothing. He's not an original YouTuber. He just copies other people's and opinions and like that. Yeah, I've had many issues with him in the past and all that. I can't stand Mr. A Crizzy. He's a subscriber to my channel. He's ruined a lot of movies for me because of his fetish and everything like that. He has ruined Zootopia for me. I cannot stand Zootopia now because of every comment section he does. Every time I remember one time that I was on his Instagram, he compared his Zootopia fetish to the Martin Luther King assassination, because I guess he made a post about the Martin Luther King Jr. assassinated, and at the end he's like, oh, by the way, this happened in Memphis, Tennessee, the same voice for so-and-so who plays so-and-so in Zootopia. So I told him to quit comparing American history to your Zootopia fetish. Next question goes, who has been your favorite celebrity? Who has been your favorite celebrity you have met? Oh boy, let's see who I met. Charles Martinet, John Heater, Billy West, Barney Grabstein, Rob Paulson, Steve Burns, Greta Lau, Boo Boo Stewart, Scott Ines, Mindy Sterling, Steel Panther, Buck Cherry. Oh man, that's a tough one. I honestly, every celebrity I have met has been nothing but kind and awesome to me. Personally, I think the one who stood out to me, the two that really stood out to me the most was probably Marty Grabstein, who plays Courage the Cowardly Dog, and Rob Paulson. I met them both at Northwest Arkansas Comic Con in 2024 last year. I'm going to post on my community tab the other day. actually having a picture of hugging Curse Carly dog. So I like to go on. I went on Facebook and my social medias, and I said, yeah, there's actual proof of me hugging Curse Carly dog. His Q&A was the first one of the day, and I was one of the first people that asked go up to the microphone, you know, telling him about my conditions or my depression and my autism and everything like that. And he asked the audience for giving me a hand, a round of applause for me. And at the end, he said he was a huge mental health supporter, because he explained that when Curse the Kelly Dog was on the air, there was not much talk about mental health. And he also said he has a non-verbal autistic son who's on the spectrum, and you know, he said that he probably will never be independable and may have to live with other people for the rest of his life. And it really broke my heart. But the fact that somebody like Curse the Kelly Dog knows what it's like living with somebody on the autism spectrum. So, and then I got to meet Rob Paulson a couple hours later. That man, I could tell you, you know, everybody who says that Rob Paulson's the sweetest person you ever meet, I can 100% confirm. He was one of the sweetest people I ever met. I told him the same thing about my depression and autism and stuff like that. And, you know, he's telling me how much thankful he loves this job. This job as a voice actor, because, you know, with this, which is when he was diagnosed with stage 3 throat cancer, it put his career at risk and life at risk, but he was able to beat cancer. And he lives a better look up on his and the voiceover world, and you know, it was very cool. Yeah, even though I got to meet my childhood hero Steve Burns, he was definitely a really cool guy. You know, to talk to him for a few minutes was absolutely really cool. I can't say anything about any celebrity I have met. Every celebrity I've met has been absolutely amazing and kind. So, but the two that really stood out for me as of right now is Marty Grabstein and Rob Paulson for sure. Question 5, PlayStation, Xbox, or Nintendo? Well, I got a PlayStation 5 and a Nintendo Switch. I've never owned an Xbox console in my life. I do have a Nintendo Switch. I actually pawned that I pawned at the pawn shop because I was gonna have some extra money for Comic-Con, and I'm probably gonna go pay for that in a couple days or something like that. But I am a PlayStation guy. I've always liked PlayStation. I've had a PlayStation 2 for many years. I always liked the PlayStation 2. It's what I first console I ever played. I grew up with the GTA games and everything like that, Sonic the Hedgehog and everything like that. So personally, I'm a PlayStation guy. All right, next 10 questions is from Jamie Ray Mondo 7324, and he goes, I have 10 questions. The first question, have you watched an anime from the anime show from 2008 called A Certain Magical Index? I have not. Second question, what is your favorite anime film made by Studio Ghibli? Probably Spirited Away. It was the first anime movie I ever watched, and I remember watching it a lot of times when it was on Cartoon Network, and I got to watch it again for a class in my sophomore year of high school. So I like Spirited Away. I think my second favorite Studio Ghibli movie is probably Ponyo. Third question, have you watched an anime romance show called Tada Never Falls in Love? I have not. Do you watch Toonami? I remember watching a little bit of it I think in the 2004 to 2005 when it was on Cartoon Network and everything like that. Question 5, what are your thoughts on the Phineas and Ferb TV show from 2007? I used to like it a lot as a kid, but as I got older, I think the show was dumb. Now I think the show is dumb, incredibly stupid and dumb. Question 6, do you watch reactor YouTube videos like Sinbage, TBR Smith? I usually used to watch nothing but YouTubers reaction shows. I know one of my favorite ones was Blasphemous HD, and then when I realized he was nothing but a piece of shit, I decided to stop watching him. I never got into watching Fine Brother reaction videos like kids react, YouTubers react, and stuff like that. I never could stand them and everything like that. Question 7, have you heard of the anime show called Code Geass 2006 anime? Once again, I have not. I really need to branch on my animes. I've been sticking to nothing but Funimation and Crunchyroll animes. I really need to broaden my horizons for other stuff and all that. What are your thoughts on the anime? Have you ever played Far Cry 3? I played a little bit with my brother. He's a huge video game addict. It was really fun when I watched him play a little bit, and he got to play a little bit of that. What are your thoughts on the anime show Angel Beats? Again, another show I need to watch. I need to broaden my horizons for other anime shows. And last question from them. What are your thoughts on the female singer Christina Aguilera? I never heard any songs about her. My dad, I don't know why, my dad really likes her. He likes pronouncing her name. I don't know why. I know there's probably been 1 or 2 songs I can't think on the top of my head on all that. So, thank you for your questions, Jamie Raymond 27234. I really appreciate it. Don't know how to pronounce it. DHSHSHSGDHSD, I guess. He has 3 questions. What is the worst movie you ever seen in your life? Once again, 2007 independent Canadian movie called Live. Question 2. What is your favorite nostalgia critic and angry video game nerd episode? That's a tough one. I watch both. A lot of nostalgia critic and angry video game nerd. I didn't start watching Angry Video Game Nerd until I was probably about 18 or 19. My favorite Nostalgia Critic episode would probably be this review on Twister. That was the first review I've ever saw. And Twister, even though he gave it a bad review, Twister would always be a guilty pleasure of mine. And favorite Angry Video Game Nerd episode. Probably... Which one have I watched the most? Probably the Sonic 06 episode or the Beavis and Butthead Sega Genesis episode. Probably one of those two. Question 3, if you had a reset button on anything that happened in your life, what would it be? Probably not having anger issues and keeping my calm and keeping up, probably be a better kid and not have anger issues, poor hygiene and stuff like that, and all that. So, thank you for your questions. Jason Ranfo 4181. He asked a couple questions. If you can date any celebrity, who would it be? Oh man, probably Peyton List. I always thought Peyton List was really attractive, even though she's a year older than me. I've always had a vision of us being in a couple of movies together. But you know, she's famous and pretty. I'm not, and ugly. If you can kiss any anime girl, who would it be and why? I think we all know the answer to that. That would probably be Ria's Grimoire. I don't know what it is. People like to say I only like her for her boobs and nakedness, but once you get past all that stuff in the anime, High School DxD and past, that's really good anime and all that. But I really have a really sort of comfort feel for Ria's Grimoire, and so I would probably, if I can kiss anyone, I'd probably be her. What was the best and worst Comic-Con you ever attended? Well, I can tell you the worst Comic-Con I ever attended was Fort Smith Comic-Con in Fort Smith, Arkansas. I volunteered for the weekend because they said it would provide a free autograph of celebrity your choice. If you worked 2 4-hour shifts, you would have a break room for volunteers and a bunch of other stuff. When I got there, I was told there was no break room for the volunteers, and it was only for fandom events, employees and celebrities, and we were not considered fandom events employees. And once I found out that once I was told loadout crew would only get the autographs because they claimed we didn't read the fine print, so I stormed out, and they asked me why I was leaving so early. I told them that this was a waste of time and you scammed your volunteers, and one of the ladies was like, well, they didn't read your fine print. I said, stick that fine print up your ass. So I would probably never go back to Fort Smith Comic-Con or attend an event by Random Events. And apparently, if you apply for a volunteer, and if you get approved, and if you don't show up, they will blacklist you. But which is weird because they didn't ask for your name when you volunteered and everything. But the best Comic-Con I attended, probably both the Northwest Arkansas Comic-Cons or the Missouri Comic-Con. Those were probably all 3 of those conventions I attended were absolutely incredible. I would love to go back to Missouri Comic-Con again this year, but hopefully GalaxyCon in Oklahoma City will probably take the cake when I go. 5 questions from Laura Giannata 7219. She has been, I want to point out that she comments on my videos every couple of months, but she has been a loyal subscriber for 10 years, so thank you for being subscribed for that long, Laura. Really appreciate that. It's always good to hear from you when you do comment, even if it's just a short sentence. First question they asked was, do you like The Lion King 1994, The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, Lion King 1.5, Lion King 2019, and the Mufasa Lion King movies? While I think Lion King is a good movie, I will agree that it's a very good movie. I think it's the most overrated Disney movie. A lot of people, if you have like 50 people in a room, and if you ask them what are their favorite Disney movies, I bet 47 of those people would say The Lion King. It is like I said, it's a really good movie. It's a beautiful movie, but I think it's the most overrated Disney movie. And the only person who seems to agree with me on that is Doug Walker, nostalgia critic. Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, I haven't seen that one. Lion King 1.5, I've seen bit and pieces when I was in the mental hospital. Sorry guys, my storage on my phone gave out, and I think I had too much storage, so I had to install a bunch of apps and deleted my the rest of my other videos in my recycle bin and everything like that. So I'm gonna re-answer Laura's questions. She's asked, do you like The Lion King 1994, Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, Lion King 1.5, Lion King 2019, and Mufasa Lion King? Like I said, Lion King The original Lion King is a good movie, but I think it's overrated. Lion King 2, Simba's Pride, I have not seen that. Lion King 1.5, I've seen bits and pieces of that when I was in the mental institution. Lion King 2019, I did not like it. And Mufasa Lion King, I did not like it. I thought it was one of the worst movies of 2024. Do you like Sonic the Hedgehog 1, 2, and 3 movies? Absolutely love it. Love them. Each movie has been my favorite movie of the year it came out. Sonic 1 was my favorite movie of 2020. Sonic the Hedgehog 2 was my favorite movie of 2022. And 3 was my favorite movie of the 2024. Even though Wolverine and Fallout Kid likes to copy and say the same exact opinions I do. Do you like Twister's 2024 movie? Absolutely loved it as well. It was also one of my favorite movies of the year. I think it was in my top 2 favorite movies of 2024. Only complaint what I did not like about that was every death was the same exact way. Do you like The Simpsons? I watched the older Simpsons, but I usually I don't think I watched anything past season 10. I usually go back and watch them. I watched Simpsons as an older, and I usually think everybody on that show is a piece of crap, even though I think about that for a lot of shows. And do you like Hazbin Hotel on Prime Video? I know a lot of people who like Hazbin's Hotel. I have not watched an episode about that. I really, really should, because people say it's incredibly funny and hilarious. So I may need to check that out when I need to get a chance. So thank you, Laura, for your questions. I do apologize for going back and redoing that, even though my phone, I stopped recording. And final 3 questions come from Jonathan Wolf. Is there anybody that you support or had supported on Patreon? I've supported a couple people here and there on Patreon. I know the first person I ever supported was John Solo before he blew up. Reason I wanted to support him because I watched him when he had like less than 50,000 subscribers, and I supported him on Patreon, and he gave me a shout out when I was one of his tiers supporters. I did support Trilogy Media for a very long time. I was both member on their YouTube channel membership and a Patreon supporter, and then when I found out that they're only in it for the money and have a toxic fan base, I said fuck it. I said I'm done with that. I supported a furry artist for about a year or so named Kadeth, who has the Nightshade character and Puzzle Draft character. I have supported him for a while, for most of 2020 and half of 2021. I stopped supporting him because he is a woke leftist, which, that's, if you believe in the stuff he does, which is fine. He supports Biden and he hates Trump, and he supports a lot of stuff and all that. But he went on his Discord, and when I went on Discord and I said that me and my family voted for Trump, he called me a bunch of vulgar names, saying that I'm an idiot and my parents are nothing but inbred hillbillies. And then when I got into an argument with him, he went on Twitter making me look like a bad guy and playing the victim and all that. So I said, okay, well, go fuck yourself and all that. I bought physical copies of his comics, which I really should go burn them because I think he's an awful person now. I think the only person I support on Patreon now, and I have for the past 3 years, probably Jay Naylor. I've been supporting him since May 2022. I've been a steering committee, his top tier member list for many years. I really like how he's interacted with his supporters and everything like that from Twitter and Patreon. I told him he was a really laid back and chill guy, and he's like, I don't know how you think that, but thank you. But I explained, I talked about another artist, about Kadeth and everything like that, and all that, and a lot. Plus, it does help that a lot of opinions that he has are the same opinions that I have, so it's very cool and all that. And plus, every question I've asked about a character or all of that, he has answered every question I've asked and listened to my ideas and everything like that, even though sometimes they're kind of weird and everything like that. He does have a YouTube channel. He hasn't posted in a very long time. He'll make a couple of videos on a steering committee, for steering committee members. And he's very interested. He's very entertaining. He's a very talented artist. He's been doing this for a very, very long time. I think since the 90s and all that. So I think I support him and another MMD artist that I support on there. I can't remember the MMD's artist name, but he does very, very amazing videos on that. And I think that is it for this Q&A video as of right now. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Sorry if it was a little too long, but like I said, I went on for a couple of days. I think the last question at the time of recording this was Jurassic Godzilla's fan. He was posted an hour ago at the time of recording this. I went on for a couple of days. I'm recording this on the 15th, so you will probably see this on Saturday. So I'm going to get down and edit it and everything like that. So thank you guys for your questions. If you enjoyed the video, rate with a thumbs up, comment down below. As always, thank you a lot for watching. I'll see you on the future video. Take it easy.